Alrighty, so they finally have released the patch notes for season 4.5 next week. They've also released the hot list or the new stats for season 4, and I want to go over those first because I feel like those are going to be very important for what the changes they made in here are. And like I've seen the community, like they are absolutely in a hithy about these patch notes. They are claiming these are the worst patch notes they've ever seen, but I want to look at this from the perspective of what has been going on and of how the community has been treating season 4 so far. And like by far the biggest thing I have noticed with season 4 is that people are having an absolute fit about triple strategist or triple support or triple healer, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to refer to it as triple strat because in this game they're called strategists, but the term triple support is a carryover from Overwatch and stuff like that. But even I want to talk about it though, because like a lot of people are complaining about triple strategy, but it's been a strategist, but it's been an so-called community issue since the game has basically launched. I don't think it was that big of an issue in season 0, even though it did exist. Everyone was still pretty new to the game and people weren't as locked in on certain metas and their heroes and stuff like that. It started rearing its ugly head really badly in season 1, and then it kind of just existed since then. And it proves here, looking at the hero hot list of who's getting picked, and it's about what I figured was going on at the moment. Now this isn't quick play. I want to look at ranked, and I don't want to look at the highest rank, but I want to look at the average rank of where everyone is normally at, where most people are going to experience stuff like this and experience I want to look at the average experience. So like around diamond, maybe platinum is where I normally would say is the average experience, but like everyone is still basically in bronze, silver, gold, and in platinum lobbies right now. So I want to look at platinum and see, hey, is triple strategist still a problem? Well, we can take a look at here on PC, competitive, platinum, all roles, most picked hero, cloak and dagger by far from everyone here. If we look at bronze, so cloak and dagger, cloak and dagger, cloak and dagger. See the strange popping up. Oh, is it cloak and dagger through all of them? No. Okay, so it's only at Grandmaster that cloak and dagger finally drops off. But I'm gonna be honest, like at that high up, it really doesn't matter. Celestial, she drops off even more. But in most ranks, everyone is fighting and dealing with a cloak and dagger. Which, like, the triple strategy, it's Cloak and Dagger, Invisible Woman, and it seems to be Luna Snow is the 3 strategists the most ranks are dealing with. Invisible Woman is here as well. I think they swapped. Yeah, they swapped here. And then Doctor Strange is by all. Like, overall, every single rank, Cloak and Dagger, 26%. Luna Snow, 16%. Invisible Woman, 15%. Now, one interesting thing, yeah, there's Jeff. Everyone is claiming Jeff is so strong this season. Jeff is perfectly acceptable. Like, don't get me wrong, he is. He's fine. He's good. Like, there's not, I wouldn't say you need to not pick Jeff. But for most ranks, like, people are dealing with, for most of the player base, and the reason they're complaining about triple strategist, like at the highest ranks, you're going to see more damage. I take it back. Because Luna's damage, but even at the highest ranks, the main strategist that's being played right now is the high burst ultimate healing strategist. Let's go back to all, which Cloak and Dagger, she just got a buff in season 4, making her ultimate stronger, especially. Well, did she? Luna Snow's ultimate got nerfed. I take that back. I mean, one of the buffs in season 4 was Invisible Woman getting buffed. Jeff's ultimate got the buff as well, and then Luna Snow got nerfed here. Okay, so yeah, Cloak and Dagger wasn't changed in season 4. But the reason she's good now is because of the change to Luna's ultimate. Now Cloak and Dagger is the so-called last long time kind of ultimate, which is why Luna and Loki were played so often, is because you can ult for, what was it, 12 seconds, and then you Loki ult, and then you get another 12 seconds of invincibility. And that's the part that everyone is hating about Triple Strategist. And I think that's the biggest issue with the Triple Strategist comp, of what makes it toxic for most of the player base to deal with and fight against, is these high, long, sustained ultimates. But the counter argument to that is that we need these ultimates in a lot of scenarios to survive some of these damage ults. It counteracts each other. Magneto, like every single game, like you watch Magneto's, they're sniping Cloak and Dagger out of her ultimate every time she wants to use it, which is probably why she doesn't get used that often at the higher ranks, even though there's techs and things you can do to fight against it. Whereas it's a lot harder for Magneto to do that to a Luna Snow or an Invisible Woman, which those two are the ones that are being used at the highest ranks, because Magneto, who's got a 27% pick rate at Celestial and above, can't absolutely destroy the Cloak and Dagger every time she ults. Which I think that's a problem with Cloak and Dagger's ult than it is with Magneto, but I digress. They're not going to hit that as often at the lower ranks. Is Triple Strategist a problem? That's the question. I would argue no, because I personally don't find it as annoying as most of the player base does. Because for me, it's just, okay, well, I can there's plays and things I can do. It's like, okay, I've been playing a ton of Angela. And one of the things I will do is I just go in, force out some strategist ults, and get back out. If I see the opportunity, it's like, okay, well, there's two strategists right there. Our team's about to engage in a fight. All right, I just chuck my ult at them, and most times, like, I force one of them to just use their ult, and I just fly away. Another thing is just killing them, but I feel like most of the player base is having a problem with Triple Strategists because they're shooting at the Vanguards the entire match, expecting them to die, when they got a Cloak and Dagger, Luna, and Invisible Woman shooting healing bullets up the enemy Vanguard's butt the entire game. And they're like, nobody's dying. That's because you're not shooting at the right targets. You're not shooting at the targets that can actually be killed. But I went on a whole tangent here. But the rest of this honestly doesn't matter. The only thing I wanted to see was Triple Strategist is getting played a ton. Is this community perspective of everyone's telling them, hey, Triple Strategist is broken, so you need to play Triple Strategist? Or are they actually broken? I don't think they're as broken as they need to be, but I would personally like the big circle healing ultimates to be adjusted to be more utility based. I want Rocket's ultimate to go back to you can keep some of the healing, but if we look at Rocket, I wanted to go back to the high damage kind of ultimate, and then like provide shields or something like that to targets it's connected to, instead of just healing them over time. Cloak and Dagger's ultimate, I would like that one to give like people, instead of like high healing and all that, like still apply healing, but I want that toned down, and then as she ults, she gives everyone and that's standing in it a speed boost or something. Luna, she already does healing or damage. I want more focus on her damage boosting capabilities with her ult, as well as if we're able to. Invisible Woman's already got so much. I don't understand why it needs so much burst healing, because Invisible Woman's ult it makes everyone invisible. It slows down the enemy. It gives you like it's a big AoE. This is my space button. Like, I don't think it actually like lean more into the other stuff, and I don't think it actually needs as much healing as it gives right now. Jeff the Land Shark, I got to make an entire different video about him, because his entire kit just counteracts each other. Like half his abilities go against what the other half does, and yeah. But I wanted to go over all that because everyone's hating on these patch notes, and I have a feeling that it's purely there because the community is complaining about triple strategists, and they're making changes to, okay, this is going to destroy triple strategists. And I want to see if that's actually true. So yeah, we're here now. We're going to look at the patch notes. The Marvel Rivals universe never stands still with new buffs, nerfs, and team up tweaks. The meta is evolving once again. Suit up and see which heroes are rising and who's getting knocked down a peg. There are a few things I would like to see changed. I already see Angela's name. I don't know what the changes are yet. I haven't gone into them. There are a couple of changes I would like to see changed. One is Angela. In my opinion, I've been putting a ton of time into Angela, and I have a pretty good win rate on her. She's honestly fine. Like, I think she's actually in a good spot. And if you're skillful enough, you can get plenty of value out of her. But she does need some quality of life changes. I don't like the fact that every single knockback in the game counts as basically a 5-second stun on her. Other changes I want to see. I know the Hulk team up has been removed from Namor. Namor has been moved around, stuff like that. But I honestly think Black Panther needs some changes. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to give him an automatic Hulk bubble, but to a character that's already hated by the majority of the community. Like, there's some characters, just let them be what they are, and just, if they don't get a ton of playtime, that's fine. Like, Black Panther needs to be one of those characters that needs to have the same treatment as Spider-Man, where not a lot of players play him, but the ones that have mastered him can absolutely destroy and run lobbies. I feel like Angela's going to get to that point as well, because if they give Angela any buffs to where she's like viable for like the majority of the community, she's going to be an absolute menace. But we'll start with Angela. What is the change with Angela? The Hand of Heaven receives a slight boost to her sustained fighting power. After activating Divine Judgment, increases Axe of Anchor's Angela's bonus health from 30 per enemy hit to 40, and allies from 15 to 20. Bonus. Okay, so that leans more into her survivability. I'm guessing there was a lot of cases where people would use their Divine Judgment is when you activate your ult after you've already used your ult, you jump onto them and you lay this AoE kind of damage field. It also activates when you change from flying mode to ground mode. So you slam into the ground and then you put this AoE radius around you, which for each enemy hit, you get the bonus health of 30 per enemy, and then you also give 40 to allies, or 15 to 20. Now you give 20 to allies. The way I was using this was like it was against. There wasn't a lot of times I would actually hang out on the ground, but the times I did was when I was fighting things like Thing and stuff that can constantly take me out of the air. I would tend to fight on the ground more often and jump from the air to the ground a lot more often in those scenarios. The other time was dealing with divers. It depends on the diver. If I'm fighting a Spider-Man, I just go in there and stab him. He's stunned. Now he has to swing away. If I'm fighting a Black Panther, that's when I use Divine Judgment as an anti-dive tool, because every time Black Panther would go in, I would go in on my backline. I go in there, drop down, spread out my Divine Judgment in the area that he's fighting. My backline gets the bonus health. He starts taking damage flying through everywhere, and I'm swinging my axes in his face, and he has to run away. So I'm honestly fine with this. This brings her more in line with her defensive capabilities and stuff like that. So that's fine. I don't mind it. Venom. Not really a triple strategist counter, is more of a quality of life thing for Angela. I don't mind it. Venom's ultimate ability becomes even more menacing for his foes. They're buffing his ultimate? Okay, so Feast of the Abyss ultimate ability now applies a 30% healing reduction to enemies hit, lasting 4 seconds. This is what I was talking about. I guarantee the majority of this patch is, oh crap, everyone hates triple strategists and everyone is playing it. And that's what these changes are. I guarantee you it. Like, we got Venom now applies anti-heal. Well, healing reduction to enemies hit. This is I go and slam my face into the enemy strategist and now they're going to die because I've reduced their healing. Like this is pure anti-3 strategist comp. That's this entire change. That's the entire purpose of this change. Duelist, Blade. All right, Blade is probably getting some quality of life changes. He's perceived by the community as pretty terrible, even though I think he's fine. It's just like not every character needs to be like god tier for everyone. And this is this is the case with Angela. I don't want Angela to suddenly receive several buffs. The Daywalker gets a slight boost to his offensive power. And speaking of which, Blade is the healing reduction character. He's getting a buff. Surprise! The increased Daywalker dash secondary attack range from 4.5 to 6.5. Okay, so he dashes further now. Increase the duration of each speed attack gained during Bloodline Awakening from 0.7 to 1. New effect. Landing all 4 hits on Whirlwind / grants 1 / speed stack. Okay. I didn't actually like what part of his kit applies the anti-heal. I actually don't remember. Either way, he applies healing healing reduction. He applies healing reduction, and they're making him stronger. He's probably was going to get these buffs regardless, but my case is still there. Goddess of Death gets a slight survivability buff. Hela's getting a buff? That's interesting. Reduce Astral Flock startup cast time after casting ends. Hela gains 25 bonus health. Which one's the Astral Flock? That's her bird ability, right? Let me double check here. All right, Hela, where are you at? Astral Flock. That's your bird ability. So she does this. Will you shut up, please? Okay, so she does this faster. All right. And then she gains 25 bonus health for doing that. Honestly, I think that's fine. Like, as long as they didn't buff her offensive capabilities, giving her more capabilities of using, like, you're using this to survive and escape anyways, giving her a little bit more survivability, sure, I don't mind, to be honest. Okay, so Human Torch. Johnny sees a slight reduction in damage and mobility. Good, fine, no problem. He's toxic for most of the player base because most of the player base can't actually hit him. His hitbox is insane. Nobody likes shooting at a Johnny. Nobody likes dealing with a Johnny. Making him more killable is honestly fine. He's a dumb character. He's a toxic character. Reduce fire cluster hit damage per projectile from 5.5 to 5. Okay, so they reduced his damage. New fire cluster now has a 0.5 second delay before ammo begins to replenish. What? Hold on. Fire cluster now has a 0.5 second delay before ammo begins to replenish. Fire cluster. Oh. Okay, so if you're watching the bottom left there, like watches. So now there's a delay, like on, like it instantly starts charging back up. This is going to reduce his damage capabilities considerably, especially since like most times, I guess it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Like most player base is doing this, but there's supposed to be some tech of doing this. Yeah. Oh, that won't work though. No applause? So are they nerfed? Because you can do this. It feels like you're faster and you have like unlimited ammo for doing that, kind of. But if there's a delay on it, then they are that's absolutely going to destroy whatever this tech is. I'm not fully knowledgeable on this tech. I just know it is a tech that people use. All right, so Iron Fist is next. I haven't read it yet. Iron Fist is another one of those characters. People just don't want to deal with him. He's stupid. He's silly. He's one of the ones. Oh God, don't let him get stronger. Yada da. He's one of those characters. Let him be what he is. Lin Lee's against high health enemies slightly increases. Oh God, stop trying. Nobody wants to use Iron Fist as a tank buster. Lower fixed damage of Yatji Chung Ken, whatever that is, from 9 to 8, but increases the percentage damage of the enemy's max health per strike from 2.7 to 3. They're so insistent on making Iron Fist a tank buster. I don't understand. Anybody who picks Iron Fist doesn't want to punch the vanguards the entire game. Like, they don't want to do that. People that pick and play Iron Fist, they want to go and fly through the skies and then jump on the strategist, delete them, and then run away. That's how they want to play him. And you are so insistent on making him a frontline vanguard brawler, and he's not that character. He's not that guy. He doesn't do that. Or his kit doesn't do that very well unless you end up giving him shields and stuff. And more shields than what he already gets, and nobody wants that. Mr. Fantastic, after successfully pulling, gains a bit more crowd control over mobile heroes. What? After successfully pulling an enemy with distended grip, the target is now affected with a 1-second immobilized effect. Distended. Who asked for a Mr. Fantastic buff? Like, where is he on this list? Because this, I feel like, okay. Hey, he's pretty far down there. He's pretty far down there. I mean, to be honest, like, I don't have problems dealing with him. It's just don't shoot the big rectangle man and you're fine. But he's another one of those characters that people don't want to see in their games. Let me look at this. After successfully pulling an enemy with this, okay, so after, it's not while landing it. So we go in there, we grab someone with both of our hands, we yank them into us, and now they're rooted for 1 second. Which basically means Black Panther can't dash, you can't use mobility abilities and stuff like that. If Angela gets grabbed, she wouldn't be able to like immediately fly up. There's a second delay. I don't mind this. I have a feeling like a lot of people, like when you're pulling them in, like they probably use their mobility to instantly get out and escape and stuff like that. So sure, I don't mind it. Okay, Phoenix. Phoenix is a menace. Like for most of the player base, she's not being played, I'm sure. Where is she? Where is she on this list for all? She's down here. She's relatively low. Like she's about middle of the pack. She's not bad. I think but for like higher ranks, she's an absolute menace. Like if I select, let's say Diamond. Never mind. She's right here. Oh, well, there's a burst potential has been toned down. So she's getting nerfed. All right, good. That's what I wanted. Even though, like, for most, like, a lot of people don't actually play Phoenix. Like, she, in the right hands, like, she's an absolute menace. And then, like, her entire kit is just one where it's, like, it's hard to deal with. It's like a Hawkeye. But, sure, Jean Grey's burst potential has gone down. Melee attacks no longer stack sparks. You can't apply sparks with your melee attack? Why? What was wrong with that? That leaned into her, like, brawl kind of play style. That sucks. All right. Primary weapon ammo no longer replenishes during Dark Ascent. Added 1 second of cooldown to Dark Ascent. Which one of you is Dark Ascent? So, shift. Continuously replenishing ammo. So they're reducing. Okay, so no more burst from her melee, and you can't reload by doing this anymore. Primary no longer replenishes, so you can't reload your ammo by just flying around. Okay, that's interesting. I don't mind it. I'll take the nerfs because she's disgusting. Psylocke. Psy's ultimate ability now has slightly more float and more sting. More float? So is there a reason to use it in the air now? Reduce self-slow rates during Dance of the Butterfly ultimate ability from 30% to 15%. Reduce self-slow rate. Increase each strike's damage from 150 to 170. Ooh. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to understand. Reduce self-slow rate. So we, instead of moving at 30% speed, we now move at 15% speed. So we're dropping half the speed than what we were before the 4.5 patch, which means she can now ult in the air and reliably kill off flyers now. Ooh, I like it. I like that change. That sounds like a fun change. All right, strategist. Oh, no changes to vanguards. Oh, no, we got, okay, I'm stupid. All right, anyways, so strategist, okay. Cloak and Dagger. Ty and Tandy's ultimate ability now takes a bit more energy. Okay, so they're increasing the ultimate cost for Cloak and Dagger, sure. Our beloved Jeff's survivability takes a slight hit. Reduce the crit damage reduction from the obvious cuteness passive from 70% to 50%. Out of all the changes you could have made to him, I mean, was Jeff surviving too long really the problem? No. Was that really the problem? No, is it like the problem? The problem is his entire kit makes no stupid freaking sense. But was Jeff's just not dying during matches? I never had a problem killing him. But he's also getting played a ton, so I guess they're just trying to nerf him somewhat. But the problem with Jeff is because you gave him the healing ultimate when he didn't need it, or put healing on his ultimate, which the way you implemented that makes no sense because you use it, you drop the healing thing as you activate the ultimate and not when you go and gobble up the enemies. If you want to fix his ultimate, set it up so he presses Q, he goes underground, he moves forward, and then wherever he activates his chump, put the big stupid healing circle there then, and then make it so he only eats enemies and he doesn't eat his own allies. Him eating both makes no sense. And the reason for this is because now you got the big healing circle. You actively don't want to eat your allies, even though you eating them actually heals them. Like if you want to fix this is another video. That's entirely another video. I will cover that eventually. But there's a lot I want to talk about with Jeff the Shark. Rocket Raccoon. Rocket's ultimate ability utility gets a boost. Increased damage boost granted, but oh no. What was it before they nerfed? What was it before they added healing to it? Was it like 70% damage boost? I think it was like around, it was either 50 or 70. I'm not 100% sure. But they've increased it from 25 to 40. But they still have the healing on it. Oh. That's they need to reduce the healing slightly if they're going to increase the damage. Like I don't mind it, but it wasn't bad before. Like like the ultimate wasn't bad before. The problem is like everyone and their mother can destroy it, and then all Phoenix has to do is just ult, and your ultimate's gone. That's why Rocket fell off, is because Phoenix now exists. Whereas if Phoenix didn't exist, Rocket would still be in a really good spot. But the issue, like you need to make it so that Phoenix ult doesn't break Rocket Raccoon's ult. If you did that, Rocket would skyrocket again. Okay, Ultron. The dials of Ultron's healing and ultimate ability uptime are being slightly turned back. Okay. Reduce imperative. Patch healing amounts from 35 to 30 and healing bonus to the followed ally from 10 to 5. Okay. Increase the energy cost of Rage of Ultron ultimate ability from 34 to 37. I want to point out every single strategist change here has been a nerf. Ultimate increase, nerf. Oh, no, I take it back. No, Jeff is a nerf. Rockets is a buff. That's the only buff. Everyone else is a nerf. And then on top of the anti-heal up there on Venom and then the buffing blade here anti-Vanguard, pull grip, which, okay, we can pull a strategist and immobilize them for a second. They nerfed Phoenix, but she needed it. They nerfed Human Torch because he's just annoying and toxic. Angela's a quality of life change. Psylocke is another change that you wouldn't really think about, but like this is absolutely going to help with destroying the backline. It's giving her some burst more, is making her ult much deadlier. Not sure, like the only reason you're going to use the slow rate is for flying people, but you get what you gotta say. That is a nerf buff, but it's a damage buff. So guess what that's going to guess what that's going to burst through? Strategist. It's a damage buff. It's going to burst. You're now going to potentially be able to kill off Luna and Invisible Woman and stuff like that. You can use this as a counter to strategist ults. Okay. I understand it now. Then a nerf to Ultron because he's a lobby raid boss. New team up abilities. Okay, we've already covered all of this. I do want to read what they actually say though. So Daredevil plus Punisher. As the team up anchor, Daredevil gains a maximum health increase of 25 and a 5% boost in damage output. Oh yeah, that's the anchor. Okay, whatever. Daredevil. Okay. The Punisher unlocks a new justice sensibility through his team up with Daredevil. Tell me what it is. Namor now gains a title Dirge ability through his team up with Hela. Okay, are you not going to tell me what they do? Damn. All right. Nope. Okay. Adjusted or removed. Okay, so these are removed. This one's removed, right? Gamma Hulk. Yeah, that was removed. That one's being removed. Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch. Increase the cooldown of chain. Oh, okay. So they're nerfing that the stupid chain. Are they nerfing the range? No. So they're making it take longer to throw out, and the slow effect at maximum range has been reduced. So you don't get slowed as often as like they need to reduce like the because you can get yanked from one spawn to the other basically with this stupid team up. Is that it? That is it. Okay, so I ended up going much more into the strategist stuff as I intended for that to be its own video, but apparently it's just going to be this now. All right, so that's the patch notes. If you have, I want to hear your thoughts. So leave a message down in the comments down below. Let me know how you feel about season 4.5 coming up, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.